Hello, welcome everyone to today's training session. It's John Benson. I'm here with Leanne Price. I hope Leanne is with us. We're having some mic issues. Leanne, are you there?
I'm here. I hope I sound okay.
Okay, you sound a little bit like you're in a well, but that's okay. We'll have to deal with that. So hopefully you guys can hear us okay. Just say yes if you can hear us. Just say hi. Let us know where you're from. And if you haven't, this is your first time to join the training. We had 100 or so new people come in from the JJ Virgin event, and welcome one and all. Happy to have you. It's a really phenomenal event, and this may be your first training call. In case you're wondering, this is not a webinar. This is not, there's not anything to be sold here. This is all training all the time, all training all the time. So Joseph is hi, Ted's here, Steve is here from Seattle. Awesome, Steve, welcome. And you guys can just keep chiming in here. Let's make sure that we've got plenty of you coming on, because usually our training sessions are pretty packed, and we go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours at the most. But we try to give as much as we can. Hey, Martin. Hey, Dawn. Hey, good to have you, Dawn, first time. John's here. So thank you guys for saying hello. And here's how the training works. We chat for a couple minutes because everyone, as you know, oh, hey, Dawn. Hey, yes, Dawn from Marisa's event. Hello, Dawn. Gordon, Calgary, you're not too far from me. Well, I mean, you're in the same country. When I say you're not too far from me, you're in the same country. Stephen, Vicky, hey, guys, welcome to see you guys again. In case you don't know how the training works, here's how it works. This is all about you and your most pressing concerns when it comes to email and email CopyPro specifically. So we take your questions rather than walk through some tutorial. So we're not going through a set tutorial. We take things as they come. So if you go, I'm having trouble developing my primary solution, or I'm having trouble, like Boyd just said, best practices for setting up an email creation agency. Okay, that's an awesome question. So great question. We will get to that. Hold on one second, guys. We're going to have to get some silence in here. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. We have a sound carries in this very easily. It's all glass up here. Yes, there are always replays. So just so you guys know, the YouTube website Digital Publisher houses all of our replays, and Leanne will be sure to send out a link to you guys. Well, actually, the system sends out one automatically to you after every replay. But yes, these are always recorded, unless there's a technical error on the recording side, which is rare, but it does occasionally happen. So here's how the way that we want to work it is: A, we'll take your questions. B, I'll answer your questions, and we'll actually show you live how to do it inside Email CopyPro if it's an Email CopyPro question. Usually they are. And what we find is that everyone learns a lot just by listening to somebody else's issues. So for example, I can't come up with a primary solution. I can't think of a name for it. So we'll help you brainstorm it. And yeah, it's really kind of cool. So Joseph says he never sees replay links, Leanne. These should be coming from Webinar Jam.
Yeah,
so if it's not, can you check your spam folders? Make sure that you get Webinar Jam. You know, that those emails coming from Webinar Jam are making their way to you. And you can go to, Leanne, can you just get the Digital Publisher YouTube site and paste it?
I'll get the link.
Yeah, and so yeah. Kim is asking if I'm going to be demoing the 2.0 version. Well, we were only on the 2.0 version, so yeah, we've Kim, where have you been, girl? We've demoed that now for the last. We've demoed that quite a bit, but yes, absolutely, we're very excited to demo it now. Yes, we'll definitely be into that today, Kim, for sure, and we'll ask any specific questions that you have. And yeah, there's. All the new videos are live. So if you haven't seen 2.0 for whatever reason, it was released 3 weeks ago now, you want to go to your browser and do it with either clear cache, or it's an easier thing to do is just hold down your shift key and hit the refresh button, and presto changeo, up comes the new look for it. And then yes, then you'll want to watch this first video that we still have that link right there on the mission control dashboard. So that is an overview tutorial of how 2.0 works, but I will be going through 2.0 today for sure, because that's all we have. 1.0 is literally a dinosaur. The meteor hit, it was eradicated and is currently fossilizing everything. So it shall never be heard no more. I did a training this morning with you guys may have heard of Agora Financial. They are one of our
just a tiny little company.
Just a tiny marketing company. They are a licensee customer of ours, and they bought the license for their copywriters. So guys, we got good news for you today because Agora is such a cool company. They loved Email CopyPro so much that they're sending us over their best cart abandonment sequences for products, services, and supplements for us to donate to the Email CopyPro library. So you guys will have that next week. That is really wicked cool stuff because these guys have perfected cart abandonment and they just wanted an Email CopyPro. And I go, hey, would you let us use it for this is what we do for everyone. And they're like, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you guys are getting some really good stuff. We already have several of Agora's templates in here by permission. We have a lot of digital marketer stuff by permission. We have a lot of awesome stuff and a lot of stuff, obviously, that I wrote, that Yi-John, my copywriting partner, wrote, and that people ranging from John Caples to, David Deutsch, the most famous copywriters in the world, wrote. That's all inside Email CopyPro. So let's dive into the questions. And then we will get. Great. Gordon said getting some great headlines from that bullet list. Yeah, man. We're still adding to that. I got sidetracked because I had to go to the JJ Virgin event, but we're creating. We're going to have a headline formula added to that. The bonus generators. So there's going to be a headline generator as well. So we're getting to that. That's going to come out this month. So you guys are going to love it. And you've got subject lines. So the subject lines we use inside the subject line library are awesome, but this is just going to be specifically headlines. So the only thing it can't do, and this is a drag, is because I like to title case things, is it's a technical issue that we can't force something to title case and still have it be dynamic. So you'll have to title case it on your own. I know it's a tough thing, but other than that, you'll have the copy. Okay, so we'll get into the questions as they come along. And I believe, Leanne, the first question was, and by the way, it's great to talk to you guys. It's my 2 weeks off. I was sick, and then I spoke at JJ's event, and yeah, so I'm so glad to be back in touch with you. And I was traveling, so happy to be here. All right, so let's get on to the questions here, Leanne.
Yeah. So Boyd asks, what are the best practices for setting up an email creation agency? How do you price email copy services? And ideas about putting together email bundles as an agency?
Okay, so we'll take one of those at a time. Best practices for setting up an email creation agency. Good question. My answer to that one is I don't know because I've never had to do that. I was known as a VSL copywriter that just happened to be, since you write VSLs, would you write emails? And that's how that happened for me. So I don't like to speak outside of my area of expertise, but we have a secret little copy club that we have going on with some guys you may have heard of. And we're starting our first copy club meeting, I think it's next week, with, let me know if these names sound familiar. Craig Clemens, John Carlton, David Deutsch. Let me see who.
Come on, what lightweights?
Chris Haddad, myself, and I know there's somebody else I'm forgetting, and he's going to kill me. There's 6 of us, and some other really totally badass dude. So I guarantee you, out of all those guys, I will be able to get that question answered for you, and we'll post it in our next deal. So how's that for you? Now I can answer the other questions together. Pricing email copy services. The way that I price email copy services is I price it on demand per hour. So in other words, I say, here's what I am per hour, and it's going to take me 3 hours to write a series of an email, or 3 hours to write 3 emails, or whatever it may be. So the way most A-listers have that priced is right around $1,000 an email. That's for sending out to, again, these are A-listers going to guys that know the value of email. The cheapest that I've seen that are good emails are $250 an email. And that's cheap. That's really cheap. So now you have a really good price comparison on what Email CopyPro does for $97 a month. Yeah, so you can, if you're trying to make a living doing this, you can see how it can easily add that up really quickly. We are going to, just so you guys know, this is fair warning. It was going to be this month, but we got we got inundated with new customers, and so we decided to make it next month so we could take care of everybody. But we're coming out with the reason why I put that super team of copywriters together. And yes, that was my doing. I can't believe everyone said yes. To be honest with you, but they're let's do. Paris, Lampralis. I can't. Paris.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, Paris is going to shoot me. It was me and Paris's idea. We were hanging out, and I said, "Hey, Paris, would you like to?" He said, "Absolutely, I would love that." Next thing you know, Craig Clemens is on, and everybody else. So seriously, and we're not trying to brag, but I would say there's 10 guys at the top of the game in copywriting, and these are 6 of those 10, all in one group. And it's a private mastermind. We're not asking anyone to join us, or we're not charging anything to anybody. This is just for ourselves. But we created it to start like, hey guys, my customers are having this issue, or hey guys, I'm having this issue. So Boyd, I'm happy to bring that best practices issue up to one of those guys is bound to have an answer for that one. As copy as I just gave you the pricing, it is a market value price. So, but I would not position myself under $250 an email. And then ideas about putting together email bundles as an agency. If you're talking about like I do this amount of emails for this amount of money, then I would say think of 10 email bundles. So you have a sequence. Sequences are the most important things to think about. So rather than bundles, I would think about it in sequences. Like I'm going to create a 21-day drip campaign for you. Like we have a 21-day indoctrination campaign. I'm going to create a 3-day cash funnel campaign, and think of it that way. So, and then just multiply it out. Like in other words, if it's $250 an email and you have 10 emails, then it's $2,500. Okay, so replays we've already answered. We're scrolling through here. Let me see here. Yes, we're going to demo as soon as Kim. As soon as someone asks me specific questions regarding anything dealing with Email CopyPro, you will see the demo. And then at the if no one has any questions, which is going to I've never seen it happen, but if no one's got any specific questions, then I will demo. I will actually just demo it toward the end because most everyone has seen it. But that is totally cool. I love to demo this. So it's like saying sick 'em to a bulldog. I love my baby, and I will be happy to do that. So stick around for that. Gordon said, "Got some great headlines." Yeah. Ray, you mean like 5 seconds extra effort? Yeah. 5 seconds, man. Yeah, I know. It's like we try to do everything for you guys, but title casing, bullets, or subject lines, we couldn't pull that one off. Sorry. Okay, so the chat's Leanne, the chat stopped.
Yeah, like it stopped and then it picked up again. Like it lagged, and so I missed some questions, I think, because you were talking about a question from Kim or a comment, and I'm like, I don't see that in my feed.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's because,
but it's back now.
Yeah. So guys, just so you know, Webinar Jam's new version came out 2 days or 3 days ago. So we're technically on it, and we don't know anything. I don't know what to tell you if there's quirks. But one thing I have noticed is that when Leanne went to chat something, a second Leanne appeared. So that shouldn't happen. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and pop into 2.0 simply because, I think we do a pretty good job, guys, with our video tutorials. Don't you agree? I mean, we had to reshoot every one of those video tutorials, man. It's like, and we did it in a very clever way, I have to admit. I wish Joe was on the call. Joe is our amazing, freaking stunning camera guy, videographer guy that we use, and he's just amazing for video sales letters and just a great guy. He's worked for my company for, I guess, 5-6 years now. And I said, Joe, take all my audio from the 175 training videos and put it with the new images in 2.0, and he was able to sync all that up. It took him like a month to do it, but still, there's still videos that I have to do that I'm still finishing for the Epic email setup. In case you guys are wondering, we're shooting those videos this weekend. I was supposed to shoot them this week, but I came back with the flu or something. I don't know what it was. I had fever and I lost a voice, and then it went away. So who knows? So now I'm 100%. So we're gonna shoot those this weekend. Looking forward to it. So Joseph says, selling a pop-up welcome video for website What 5 sequence email to sell to this? Selling pop-up welcome video? I don't know what that means. Can you reword the question? Because I mean, I'm thinking of a couple things, but I might be thinking of the wrong thing. So if you can reword that, you're also welcome to come on and ask the question, just so I can be clear. So if you can do that, let me know. Amazing how a niche can develop when you just Gordon, I honestly, man, I wish I could capture that and tattoo it on all of your guys' forearms if you like tattoos, because this is so true. Not that I would force tattoo somebody. That would be an evil thing to do. That's the whole thing, what Gordon just said. Please look at the top comment, everyone. Amazing how a niche can develop when you just keep putting in new stuff. So yes, the idea behind Email Copy Pro was an AI machine that grows with you. And all we ask you to do, and Kim, I'm going to show you this here in a few seconds, is you start with Epic Email Setup. And you start with those 14 different sections. There's 14 very easy sections to fill out. It takes you, I've clocked it. I started start to finish with a niche that I didn't know anything about, and I did it in 45 minutes. So now I created the software, so I cheated. We've done it with customers. We did it with Agora today, and it took Agora under an hour. So, you're talking about maybe an hour to an hour and a half at the most. And that will get you a dozen emails and some sequences right off the start. So yeah. Really, really cool. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So Joseph said no, Mike. So can you just reword, Joseph? And let me know. In the meantime, Joseph, I'm not ignoring you, and Kim, I'm not ignoring you either. I'm just getting on to the other questions here. Yes. So, but Gordon, lastly, yes, the way that we created this is every email you want to create after you set up your setup, you'll have a few fields that you need to fill out because we don't ask for all the fields. And as you go along, before you know it, your entire niche is done. And not only is it done, but you're adding new stuff to it. Like you'll come up with different ways of saying the same thing next week than you did this week. And Email Copy Pro remembers everything. So a month from now, the emails come out going, holy crap, did I write that? I can't tell you how many people I literally, we were at the booth at JJ's event, and literally they would fill stuff out, and I would generate an email, and they look at it and go, did I write that? I go, well, you and I and 5 other people wrote that in this machine. They go, I don't remember writing that. Yeah, you did. And that was literally like 10 minutes later, right? Weird that does happen. When I went to do that, Leanne disappeared. So I don't know. This is a webinar jam quirk again. So yeah, we do have a backup Zoom, which we may go to. Ray lost audio. Okay.
I lost you for a minute, but you're back.
Okay. Okay. Guys, let me know. Just say that you can hear me when you hear me. Okay, back. Okay, Ray's back. Yep. It's got to be. Probably a webinar.
It's that solar eclipse.
Okay. Got you guys. Okay, cool. We're good. Okay. So Joseph says website has poor site overlays, a pop-up video that greets and presents their service info to engage someone to call instead of redesigning their entire site. Okay, so you just want an email, which one to use for that? Honestly, you could get by, Joseph, I'll use this as a tutorial for Email Copy Pro. You could get by in Email Copy Pro with the Epic email setup. In other words, we're going with a starter email and starter sequences. Go under starter sequences, select promotion because you're promoting, and there's only one. It's a 3-day cash machine. And the reason why we only have one in there for you is because we want you off the starter stuff and onto the really badass stuff. But this is a really good sequence. I wrote this sequence myself specifically for this, and it's ended up being incredibly lucrative for people. In fact, this was the sequence that Agora is using. So, I mean, just figure this one out, guys. Agora, for crying out loud. They were the ones saying the 250-word emails work better for me and all that stuff. So I will show that to you now. How's that, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa, that's loud. Okay. So,
yeah, sorry.
okay.
Would you also show what you showed Agora about the avatar? How if you add multiple ones, it will spit it out differently, and how valuable that is?
Yes, I will do that. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. It's going to temporarily go into infinity. And let me know when you guys see the lovely email CopyPro dashboard. I've got it way blown up so you can see it easier. Everything cool? Leanne, let me know.
Yep, we got it.
Okay, everybody good? Okay. So I'm going to just briefly, guys, I know that a lot of you on here already know this. I'm going to go over it very quickly for Kim and a few other people that might not know. Mission control is where you default to. This is going to be where you find the Epic email setup. Epic email stands for engage, promote, inspire, and consume. That's what the word Epic stands for. So engagement emails are exactly what the icon looks like. This is how you shake someone's hand. It's the first time you meet a customer. It's also when you want to reattract your dead list. You want to reshake somebody's hand that you haven't shaken hands with in a long time. So it's a long lost friend. This is where you go for those emails. We have Dean Jackson's 9-word email campaign that I helped create in that one, and that is a doozy. It requires a little bit of work on your part, not from setting it up. It's a piece of cake to set up. You can, in fact, it's right here in the starter sequences, but you actually have to manually answer the emails. So get prepared. But if you do this, your list value will double. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Your current list value will double. It just takes a lot of work. We're about to do it ourselves. We're moving to a new service called Drip, and we're going to do the same thing. So I practice what I preach. Under promote is kind of obvious. This is what you want to sell. But if you go under promote and you look at the categories, you can promote someone else, like an affiliate, or you can promote yourself. I'm going to assume that most of you want to promote yourself. That's cool, but you can promote affiliates. So I'm going to go over here, look at the categories, and here's all the different categories of promotions that we have. You can use an affiliate swipe file, which means this is what you would send an affiliate to promote you. So if you have a product and you want Joe Blow to promote it, go to your affiliate swipe file, and it will create emails for Joe Blow. Isn't that cool? So in other words, instead of saying, I have this awesome new email software, it will say, John Benson has this awesome new email software called Email CopyPro. Yes, we have thought ahead, guys. We have thought ahead. Discount. This is if you want to put something on sale. Event is obviously if you have an event, last chance. All the different kind of categories we have in here. And we're going to be adding to this. This is just what we have right now. Obviously, this is quite a bit. So let's say that I want to promote a webinar. I go into webinar. And what will happen is it's going to load the sequences. There's two different sequences I can use. There's an affiliate base and there's a website multiplier. And there's tons of solo emails I could do. Any one of these can be used to promote a webinar. So you can come through here and you decide, oh, I like this one. Just read what it says right here. Oh, shock value. That's a little too scary for me. A fear tactic, no. An aggressive reminder. I want something softer. So I can scroll down here and say, okay, a fictional bad case study. Okay, evokes curiosity, emotion. That's more my style. So we kind of give you how it's going to go. I want to show you something that's new. We just added refine your search. So if I wanted to come in here and say, I want something that emphasizes someone's dreams, boom. Now I'm only seeing the sequences and solo emails that have the dream categories in there, like what my customers dream about. Here's what you dream of having. Let's say you can also search by name. Let's say I really want to focus on the primary solution. My primary solution is everything. Click that. Here's everything with primary solution. So I can also say primary solution dreams, and I can also say I want to go aggressive. And now I've narrowed it down even further. So that's how you do that. So right here. Let's look at just the aggressive emails. So here's just the aggressive email. So in other words, I just pulled out everything. So in other words, it will find everything that has dreams and it's aggressive and it's this, So if you just want aggressive tone, this is where you were going to go. So here are our aggressive emails. In other words, these are shock value, fear tactics. These are like best tip ever. The baseline. In fact, Leanne's task is going to be, we're going to go through every single one of our emails and we're going to add at least 5 to 10 emotional qualifiers for every email. This is what's coming out this month as a new feature, so that you can go in and go, I want to find something that focuses on hopes or inspiration or encouragement or discouragement. Like I'm feeling discouraged. We want you to be able to search with that kind of power. So that's what this refine your search is going to allow you to do. Very handy, huh? Very, very handy. So That's just a brief overview of what's going on at Mission Control. I'm going to keep going. So that's the epic email sequence. Now, you want to use engage, promote, inspire, consume when you know what you're doing. When you know, hey, I know I want to promote something. When I say know what you're doing, I mean know what you want to do. I know I want to promote something. Inspiration is all about content. I want to inspire someone to take action. I want to inspire them to keep going. That's what inspirational content is. Consumption is people have bought my stuff and I want to get them to consume it. Here's your first step. Here's your next step. Or how are you doing? Have you joined my social media? This is all consumption. So, but where you want to start, Kim and everyone else that is a newbie, is you start here. You start here with the epic email setup. And so I'm just going to walk you quickly through this. So the very first thing you're going to see, and if you went through this when we first released it, it looks it's even cleaner now. It's even easier. So just so you know. So it's going to ask you to select new or create a new or select an existing niche. So inside here, all these niches I have, there's tons of them. Okay, because this is our demo account. Billions of niches in here. Man, how's that for a niche? I didn't agree with that one. Stress management.
Hello?
Huh?
John? Sorry to interrupt you, but you're not showing your screen.
I'm sorry, what?
You're not showing your screen?
Yes, I am.
Hey, well, we don't see it.
Okay. Well, guys, we obviously have serious problems with this. I need you to do me a favor, and I need you to go. We need to go back to Zoom. So we just can't have this every single time. The problem with Zoom, guys, I love Zoom, but Zoom is so much clunkier to use from a automatically letting you know point of view. But we're just going to go ahead and run with this. I love Webinar Jam for what it is, but obviously we just can't. We have problems with it every single time we try to do a teaching tutorial thing. So we're trying to make it easy for you guys so that you can find it all in one place, but we're just going to have to do it that way with Zoom. So Leanne, can you please make sure that happens?
Yep, just about. I mean, I did cancel it, but I'll reconnect.
Okay, guys, can you hear me? I just need.
All right, you're back. We can hear, we can see. We're all good right now.
Okay, so
sorry about that, everybody.
Okay, so what I did is I went to Mission Control. I clicked on Epic Email Setup and get started. Now, if I'm starting with an Epic Email Setup, I am going to want to choose a niche that I already have, which doesn't make much sense unless I haven't finished it. But most people are going to want to create a new niche. So if you haven't started yet, you'll create a new niche. You'll give your niche a name. And here's what you want to do. Click here to select from one of our pre-filled templates. So we already have this stuff filled out for you. So this is going to cut your workload down by about 60, 70%. And then you can delete the fields that you don't like. We got all kinds of stuff, exercise, we got essential oils, we got general health, we got, all kinds of stuff in here, health general, a lot of essential oils. Believe it or not, it's a big thing. Marketing, coaches, marriage. So as you can see, a lot of things in here. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to choose, something kind of fun. I'm going to choose, survival. I like this. So survival's kind of fun. It's, if you guys don't know, that niche is like, how to survive the apocalypse or how to survive, food going, out or whatever. Or we could do self-defense since I'm into martial arts. So let's do self-defense. It doesn't matter which one we do. If you don't find your niche, if your niche is not in here, you can do one of two things. Click Starter, and Starter has filled in all sorts of stuff already for you for every general thing we can think of. So you'll have to go in and delete stuff if you choose Starter. That's the problem with choosing Starter. So in other words, because we pull in for the niche, for example, like for what your avatar is, we say a health conscious person, a relationship conscious person, a business conscious person, So they're very generic to get you thinking, to get you, I don't write to business people, so I delete that one. I write to health people, whatever. So you can start with Starter, or we have what most people do is what's called, we have the Done For You service where we create your niche from scratch for you. So that is the primary thing that we sell with Email CopyPro right now is the Done For You. So we work with, literally hundreds of people, and then we create their niches for them from scratch. And so in other words, we dial in your offer exactly as you need it. So those are the options. You can have us do it for you. You can use the starter template, and you can say, I delete the ones I don't like. I'm going to keep the ones I do. Or you can use a template that's very close to yours, or you can use, if we have your template, we did for Gore, we had theirs to the T. In fact, they didn't change hardly anything. and they write in the survival space. So I'm going to choose self-defense because I've never seen it. And as someone that is into that, let's see what happens. Click start tutorial. So what we're going to do here, it's going to build takes about 15 seconds to build your tutorials. It's going to keep your tutorials inside your email tab. So as soon as this is built, you'll have this forever. And it's literally going to walk you through how to create everything from scratch. So it takes about 15 seconds to build the tutorial. And after it builds, we will walk you through it. Okay, here we go. So we can just ignore this one here. Don't need this part. Go to this number 2. It's the Epic Email Setup Instructions. You'll read these instructions. See, it's not very long. Just be sure to read the instructions. If you get stuck, watch the videos, okay? And you're going to start here. Enter your personal data. Now, you notice on some of these, a video pops up automatically. So what we're going to do in a new iteration coming out is we're actually going to hide everything underneath this video. So all you see is this video. And the reason why is because I'm going to force you to watch this video. I'm playing dirty pool here, folks. The reason why is this 4-minute video will save us 1,000 hours of questions, because this will answer every question you have about entering your personal data. Now, obviously, entering your personal data is not that difficult. You just hide the video by doing that. So you can also read the instructions, and you just start. Part 1, enter your personal data. Well, it's asking you for your first name and last name. I click here. Over here, up pulls the data. It's going to show you the rules right here. Very simple. Follow the rules. Is all we ask you to do is follow the rules. If we say don't use punctuation, please don't use punctuation. It's the very first thing you're going to see. Examples. I don't think we really need to see examples for names, but you get the idea. Help in video. If you get stuck in a section, you can watch that video for this specific section of entering your name. I know that seems a little redundant. It's a whopping 16 seconds long because, let's face it, entering your name is not that hard to do. But we try to be thorough around here. Okay. So because there's a blank entry, I don't have anything. I click new entry. It always shows this entry is not complete because we force you to click on it. You don't worry about naming the field. First name, I'm going to say Joe. Hello. Okay. Click out of the field. As you can see, my name is Joe Blow. Pretty simple, right? You don't have to worry about saving anything. We put this button down here just to make you feel better, but you don't really need to do it because Email CopyPro automatically saves everything. So you can just keep scrolling down till you get to the next part. Now, this is your signature. Now, by the way, I'm not going to go through every phase of this. I'm going to skip ahead to the complicated ones so that you guys, when I say complicated, the ones that require more thought than entering your name, obviously. I'm just showing you how the system works. This is for Kim and other people like her that may be joining and haven't seen it. So as you can see here, same thing as it was before. There's nothing here, so we click add a new entry. And here's what I want you to start noticing is you'll start seeing Email CopyPro prompt you with drop downs like this with ideas of how you should create a sign off. So the difference between your name, in my case, Joe Blow, and a sign off from an email is I might want to say, since this is self-defense, yours in defense, and hit enter. So I can create a custom sign off signature. Then I might say here, Joe Blow, CFCS, third-degree black belt, or whatever. And my company name is Bruce Lee Was Awesome. Okay. So now I've entered all that data. So now it says preview your data. Well, how do you preview your data? See how this looks blank? All I gotta do is hit this regeneration button. I click this. It's gonna fill in everything I just filled in. And now I can look at it as if it was magic, as if it would come in as sample email. Again, my name is Joe. I enjoy working here at Bruce Lee Was Awesome, Inc. A lot of folks ask me, Joe, how do you get started? Yours. So pretty simple stuff, right? This is going to show you little quirky things about how it's going to look inside the email. And guess what? I'm already done now, and I can move on to the next step one at a time. It's going to ask me to enter my story. My story is very simple. How did you get started? What's your credentials? Enter your avatar. So this is what Leanne wanted me to talk about. Your avatar is the shortest description possible of who you write to. But what we're asking for is 2 versions at least. And I'm going to show you how many versions we created for you. So I'm going to click and notice that there's already self-protecting patriots, personal protection pundits, self-defense enthusiasts, self-defense specialists. So we've created 4 different avatars that say essentially the same thing. And you want to create 2. So if you write to moms, stay-at-home moms, let's say that was your thing. Well, the avatar is answered by this very simple question. Here's the very simple question you want to ask. You click this and you complete this sentence right here. See, I tried to make the tutorials so intuitive that you didn't even have to watch the videos unless you get stuck. But if you get stuck, watch this video right here. This is the video you want to watch, because this is specifically for the avatar. This video over here is how to use the whole interface. This video, avatar. The next video could be whatever your field you're filling in. I've got a video for you, so you're always taken care of. Okay, so finish this sentence. I write and market to self-defense enthusiasts. Well, there you go. That's a really good one. But I'm also going to ask you to make a singular, a self-defense enthusiast. I want to see singular and plural because we'll use them both inside your emails. We're also asking you to give us a different version of that, which is what we've done here. Self-defense specialists or self-protecting patriots, you know. So very short ways of saying things. Men and women interested in self-defense would be the longest way I would say that. Folks interested in self-defense, that's not bad. But you see why you don't want to say folks interested in self-defense? Because here's how an email might sound. Saying it once is fine. It's like, when I talk to folks interested in self-defense, they all share one thing in common. Folks interested in self-defense tell me that they really want to get better at self-defense. Folks interested in self-defense also tell me, you see how that starts to sound like a robot? But picture the same thing. When I speak to self-defense enthusiasts, here's what they tell me. Folks that are really interested in folks who are self-protecting patriots all say that they enjoy, you see what I'm saying? Just 2 different ways of saying the same thing makes that sentence sound a lot more fresh. So that's what Leanne was saying. You can have 19 versions of your avatar if you want. 19 versions. So let's say I'm in an email. Let's pretend this was a real email. I write and market to personal protection pundits. Now we're being a little bit funny here, but that's okay. Let's say I'm more about Americana and yay, go survival. I just click this and I can change this anytime I want. If I click it, and for some reason it is not, I don't know what's going on here. Sorry guys, we're having a little bit of a technical issue here. Am I doing something wrong in my own program? Could I be doing something wrong? Oh, okay. I don't know why that was happening. Maybe I just didn't. Sometimes I don't click on the X and it clears things out. Like I just off click or whatever. So I write and market to self-protecting patriots. Let's say that I wanted to go in the patriots. When a self-defense enthusiast like you reads my emails, I know you'll feel like other personal professional pundits and get a lot out of them. Let's say I wanted to change that to I wanted to change that one to self-defense patriots or whatever. Just click that. So that's how this works. See, we want it to read different ways and it will pull in randomly in different ways. So it's pretty powerful stuff. Niche. This is the shortest description of the field you're in. In this case, it's self-defense, personal protection. So we've got 2 different versions again of your niche, but notice we got more than that. So here's how you answer this question. I'm going to choose this one. Complete the sentence. When it comes to blank, some consider me an expert. When it comes to self-defense solutions, some consider me an expert. Here are good examples right here. So you could write your niche in 30 different ways. And what Gordon was saying is exactly correct. It's amazing what the niche will do when you just keep filling stuff in. Because 3 weeks from now, you may be in an email and you may think of another way of saying, in this case, something self-defense related. You may go, oh, I just heard a guy describe it as blank. And you just go, okay, I'm going to create a new entry. I'll show you how to do that. What's another way of saying this? Click this. When it comes to defending against attackers. Works, doesn't it? So now if I come over here and click self-defense and click that, I know personal protection is important to you and defending against attackers is something you want to know more about. Do you see how cool this is? the database is building now, and I can use any of the variables, but Email CopyPro will pull it in automatically at random, keeping it nice and fresh. So I'm going to briefly cover one other thing, then we're going to get to questions here. I really want to get to the primary cause and the primary solution. If I had to pick the two most important fields in Email CopyPro when it comes to inbox branding, it's primary cause, primary solution. Now I'll tell you why. What is your primary cause? This is the driving force behind your prospect's primary complaint, the largest contributing factor to their concerns and woes. So it is the thing that is causing the problem. And this is where we call trademarking. Okay. You don't literally have to trademark something, but I'm going to give you an example right in here. Inbox brand TM. That's my trademark. Now that's my primary solution, inbox branding. Notice my primary solution for email isn't Email CopyPro. That's the product that delivers the solution. There is a huge distinction here that I really want you guys to get. The product that delivers the solution is different than the product, different than the solution. So my primary solution could be persuasion triggers. The power, the reason why Email CopyPro works so well to make money with email is something I call persuasion triggers, something I call inbox branding. By the way, these are all real. These are all my real primary solutions. But you see how that's much more cool than saying my primary solution is something I call writing clever emails with a machine. Well, that's a terrible solution. You want to name it, okay? So this is the clever name for your primary cause. So over here, we want a clever name. What's causing your problem is what I call blank. So your customer has a problem. In this case, in our fictitious example here, it's a self-defense problem. They can't defend themselves. So let me show you a really bad primary cause. What's causing your problem is what I call an inability to defend yourself. Well, okay. That is technically correct. But notice that what's actually causing your problem is something I call an inability to, it's the word, it's what I call that throws that off. If it just said, what's causing your problem is an inability to defend yourself, well, you're telling someone something that they already know. Well, yeah, I know that. But what if I change this to what I'm asking you for right up here? A title case, capital first letters that looks like this, to give it a branded feel, to give it more of a person, like something that sounds really unique. Like, what is the problem? Why can't people defend themselves? Well, maybe it's because of, I'm going to think of one right off the top of my head. It's because of proximity disturbance. You guys don't even, unless you follow martial arts really well, you don't even know what that is, right? So that's good. I don't need you to know what that is. But if I sent something to you in an email and the subject line read, is proximity disturbance a danger to your life and the lives of your family? Is proximity disturbance leading you down a path to having your person robbed or whatever? So if I'm describing why people can't defend themselves and I call it proximity disturbance, and all that is like when someone's close to you, you feel like you want to back off, and that you immediately put up fear signals so someone doesn't. So as opposed to what trained martial artists do, when someone is approaching you, they start to back off, but then they move immediately in. Ray, you're on the call. Ray is a black belt in judo. Ray was throwing me around the other day almost. So, but when trained martial artists, we will move in. You're not expecting someone to move in on you when you're in a combat situation, when you're in a situation, unless you're sparring, of course. But if you're on the street, very few people are expecting you to move in, especially if you got your hands up and then all of a sudden you move towards somebody. They're expecting you to move away. So that term is sometimes called proximity disturbance. It's someone's disturbing your proximity. They're stepping into your field. So the reason I'm not trying to teach you guys martial arts, I'm trying to show you how this all works, right? Hey guys, my mouse died. Are you there? Leanne? Leanne?
car, please. Once again, conductor, the baggage car, please.
Hello. I don't know if anybody can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. John just let me know on Skype he lost power. So, hey Ray, thank you. Ray hears me. That's cool. No wonder I lost John. I was like, I get no audio and what's going on? And I'm trying to like connect and reconnect and disconnect. And so he lost power. Well, looks like he's back.
Attention. Conductor to the baggage car, please. Once again, the baggage car.
You back, John? Apparently people can hear me, but I can't hear you yet.
Okay, guys, you there?
I'm here. You're here.
Okay, so we had some sort of a power surge. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was a webinar jam thing, but I think this was actually in where I live. We everything went dead, so it's now back on. Sorry about that, guys. I have no idea where I left off. So we can just start. Malibu Beach. I live in Vancouver right now, but yeah, Vancouver. I'm looking out the windows. Definitely doesn't look like the whole city went to hell. Yeah, that was fun. So let me share my screen to allow this to go over here. Back over to Avatar. So we were actually at the primary cause. Yes, we were at the primary cause. So let me know if you guys heard my dissertation on the primary cause. Well, where did we leave off? Because I think I was talking in the dark for like about a minute.
Yeah, I don't think I heard primary cause.
All right, guys. Sorry about this. Did you hear that the most important two fields are the primary cause and the primary solution? Did you hear that part?
Apparently you were talking about the proximity disturbance when all went to... Okay,
so proximity disturbance, yeah. So that is the primary cause. I lost that the primary cause based on this. So remember I typed in an inability to defend yourself well and how much that sucked, and I called it proximity disturbance. Oh. It doesn't matter that your user does not know what this means. I know what this means, and then you will later define what it means. But now what's actually causing your problem is something I call proximity disturbance. It sounds mysterious. It sounds, what is it? And you want to come up with something that people either don't know that much about, like in this case, that's a term most people don't know, or it's your own term. But you don't want to say what's causing your problem is something I call eating too much if it's weight loss. Okay. So I've had this conversation so many times where people go, look, I'll take weight loss as my field I write the most in. I go, so tell me what's causing people's problems. Well, they eat too much. So that's not a good primary cause. What's causing them to eat too much? That's the question. So that's what you want to ask yourself. Oh, what's causing someone to eat too much? Okay, maybe it's hormonal imbalances. Okay, but is that something that you would call hormonal imbalances? That sounds a little lame. What if you call it something like hormone disruption, or hormonal disturbance cycles, or something more specific? Hormonal cycling. It could be anything around that area. So here's the trick to doing this. Okay, the trick to doing this is to define what your problem is. Your customer's problem. Define their problem. So let's say their problem was eating too much. Okay, that is their problem. We're using self-defense. I realize that, but self-defense is more complicated. So I'm going to go back up to weight loss. If you're eating too much, and you go, okay, so that's the problem. But what's causing? So you ask this question: what's causing them to eat too much? Well, it's this, and you just write it down. And then when you write it all out, you go to thesaurus.com. I know this is a cheap giveaway, guys, but you can literally enter the word eating into the thesaurus, and you will find a different word that sounds cooler. And you can say eating too much in a completely different way. How's this? Caloric overload. Okay, like it was causing a problem with something called caloric overload. I literally just said eating too much. Eating too much. I could go to thesaurus.com and put in eating, and guess what? Calories is going to come up there. And I came out, oh, caloric. Okay. Eating too much. You can go, what's another way of saying too much? Oh, overload. You know what? That's where my brain went. So caloric overload. Now, but you don't know what caloric overload is until you open the email. And then, of course, you don't want to say caloric overload is simply eating too much. You want to say caloric overload is is when you eat too much at the wrong time of the wrong types of foods, causing a hormonal imbalance in your body, which triggers weight gain. So in other words, you just defined what really is happening, but you called it something unique. And that is called inbox branding, folks. That is my particular primary solution. When you inbox brand something by calling it proximity disturbance or caloric overload, or if you can look under here, guys, click the examples button and watch what happens. You get all these examples. Please don't forget to click there. Caloric adaptation, metabolic adaptation, scarcity mindset, hormonal dysfunction, freedom misinformation. These are 2 words. You know, we're looking for 2 or 3 words. Fatty acid syndrome. You know, this is a lame one. I put it in here in person. Mineral deficiency. That's lame, but it's better than nothing. So what I would do for this one, I'd go look up deficiency in the thesaurus and find other words that deficiency is. It's okay. We used real ones, by the way. So debt disruption. This is a good one for finance, you know. Here, hey, check this out. Caloric overload. I swear to God, I forgot I said that. And now it's in our examples. That is too funny. I said that, must have said that last year sometime. But you get the idea. Okay. You really want to stick to the straight market approach. You do not want to go here. Because if you go here, I don't mind you going here, but you'll see exactly why that's a problem inside your emails, and you'll end up wanting to go here. In fact, I'm removing the straightforward approach from the tutorials this weekend. So you really want to get right here. Cool? Okay, that's primary cause. We're going to go quickly to primary solution. We're going to take your questions. Okay, primary solution is the same exact concept. It is a trademarked hook for the mechanism that makes your product or service work. And we'll help you brainstorm some of these on the call. So again, you're going to ask a very similar question. You know, the very similar question is this. What makes my product or service work so well is something I call blank. This is not the name of your product. So your primary solution is not email CopyPro. So let's say in my fictitious example here that my Bruce Lee is awesome system is the name of my product. So I'm going to call this, what makes my product work so well is something I call Jeet Kundoism. For all those laughing, I just massacred Jeet Kundo. So yeah, Jeet Kundoism. Okay, guys, don't ask. Just run with me on this one. I could come up with something like this, like what they call limb leverage. Ray, you know what I'm talking about here. Limb leverage technique. Now, if I put limb leverage technique, what makes my product work so well is something I call limb leverage technique. That's not as good, so I call it the limb leverage technique. And look down here. The limb leverage technique is the answer to your challenges. So now we have a branded solution, the limb leverage technique that I just came up with that, guys. I just made that up off the top of my head, knowing about martial arts. So obviously I had to know something a little bit about it. But I was just thinking, well, what would make a martial arts system work differently? And all I did was come up with a name. You know, you could even shorten this. You just shorten it by limb leveraging. I love them really short myself. Limb leveraging. See, you kind of know what that is, but you don't. You have no idea. And that's the whole idea. Wow. So every time somebody sees limb leveraging, they're only going to think of me. And that's what I want for you. You guys, I want you to you do this for yourself. Now, these are the 2 most difficult parts of email CopyPro. You get these 2 parts down, and you are literally 80% of your way there to an inbox branded solution. It's literally that simple. Now, what's really awesome about this is you go through this, you enter your offer details, which is simply what's your sales page. Okay, that's easy. Your desired action, you know, what do you want them to do? Here's a free gift. Customer's first step, what do they do when they buy? I mean, so this is pretty simple stuff, right? But when you get done with your epic email setup completion, here's what you do. All you got to do is go to this link right here. Schedule a private call and we will set up a 15-minute call with you to make sure that your inbox branding is spot on. That is a service that we give to you for free because we're super freaking awesome. Okay? You can also click right here if you really want to. After you hit the view button, click this link and it will take you right there. And you can set up your call with us. Or you can just copy this and put it in your browser. And that is the Epic email setup. Now, I'll tell you what's really cool about that. As I come over here to Mission Control. Now, I did not finish my Epic email setup. So you guys notice I skipped over a ton of stuff, right? But when you get done, guess what? You can go to starter emails and starter sequences. That's what you want to do. So I'm going to show you starter sequences. I'm going to promote something. And there's only one thing, because I want you guys to move on. I'll create a 3-day cache machine really quick with my self-defense. Now, a lot of this will be blank because I didn't.
John, can you turn your audio on? John? Can you just turn your audio, hit the blue microphone button? Blue mic button. There we go.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Can we all say all at once, everyone make me happy and type this into the chat. Webinar Jam sucks.
No, honestly, that was my fault. I hit a button on the screen.
Yes, but so far, I love Webinar Jam for what it is, guys. I mean, and I'm David and Andy are great guys, but I'm being frustrated right now because I don't like this. I like to stay in my flow of things. So, guys, excuse my impatience with myself here. Okay, so where were we? We click view. So now this is pretty interesting because I didn't fill out all the fields, but it still gave me a completely done email with the exception of one thing. I don't have a URL. That's it. See how limb leveraging is helping self-defense enthusiasts get the result. Your email is ready to go. And by the way, these little 200-word emails freaking crush it. They freaking crush it. And what you want to do on the subject lines is I like to scroll up to the top. Here's the ones that we always put the first 3 that we like. So I like quick question for you or question for you. Are you still interested in self-defense? Now, what if I wanted to say change self-defense solutions to just self-defense? Click it. Boom. Done. Doubting personal protection abilities would bother you quite a bit, right? If I wanted to change that. Worrying about being untrained in self-defense, that's good. So you can see now the power of Email CopyPro. Boom, boom, boom. I don't have to save anything. I'm going to save it just because I want you to feel good about it, but it saves itself. I'll go to the next email. Let's see how well we did. Remember on that last email, I'll go back. This is a really powerful sequence, guys. I love this sequence. It's a sequence we've used for years. Look at this last line here, guys. Go have a look, and I'll check back in tomorrow. How personal does that sound? You guys don't realize these little words and phrases are the difference between thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you think I'm exaggerating, but I could prove my point a million times over. Budweiser beer, Beechwood aged. Those 2 words made Budweiser $1 billion per word. Those 2 words, just 2 words, Beechwood aged. They decided to remind people their beer was Beechwood aged in the 70s. And people don't realize all beer is, and presto changeo, Budweiser Beechwood aged. So 2 words, guys, 2 words. I'm not saying these 2 words will make you $1 billion, but I am saying That I'll check back in tomorrow sounds really personal, doesn't it? That's why Email CopyPro is so freaking powerful. It's because these emails are written by the best people in the world at what they do. So I'm engaging in you. In this particular case, I'm engaging your prospect with, hey, I'm going to check back in with you tomorrow. And don't forget, if you're not interested in that, you can always hit regenerate. And the whole email, as you're about to see, can rewrite itself. See? I can do it again. Just keep your eye up here. Boom. I can keep doing that if you want me to, but I guess it's kind of fun. But notice how I pulled in totally different variables, including different variables that I wrote. But it's the same formula. You guys don't know the formula. You don't care to know the formula. I realize that. This is called the 3-question prod. Okay, I created it. Thank you, John. We love you because you're going to make us lots of money. I'm asking 3 questions, but I'm doing it in what I call, Ray, you're still on the line. If you're on the line, come on and speak about duality later. Ray was in my copywriting mastermind. He was out in my house, in my $25,000 copy mastermind. And we talked about duality. Jason Flaglin calls it push-pull. Duality is something I've written about for years, and it's something that's in every single freaking email in Email CopyPro. I can show it to you. Last time we connected by email, you were wanting to discover your ability to use different kind of, right? Also, is fretting over a lack of self-defense training still a concern for you? What am I doing here? Last time we connected, you wanted something positive and also as something negative. That's called duality. Well, I called it duality. So I didn't invent the word duality, but I call it duality in copywriting. Other people call it push-pull. I like duality because that's exactly what we're doing. We're dual creatures. None of us think on a positive linear or a negative linear. We always think positive and negative, all of us. So that's why all of my formulas say so-and-so and so-and-so good without bad. If you notice my USP factory, which is in Email CopyPro, your USP, hey, here's the first self-defense system in the world that allows you to blah, 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 without ever leaving your home. So in other words, without objection. Because that's the way our brains think. We don't just think positively. We think positively and negatively, and you must address both. So this is talking to both sides of your monkey brain. Then I ask a question that only a fool would say no to. Would you like an answer, a solution that truly works? Now, I could dive into the psychology of truly works and give you why I wrote it that way, but I don't think you want to know that stuff. I mean, that's getting pretty geeky. Truly should give an NLP nod to anyone that studied NLP. This truly works. What does your mind think? It is true. This is just how I write, by the way. So it just comes out this way. But yeah, so there you go. So now you got this email. Next day, that email makes a lot more sense. I'm checking in with you as promised. Did you go and do what I suggested to go here yesterday? You know? Now, but look at what I hit here. You know, the one thing I didn't tell you yesterday deals with public enemy number 1 when it comes to discovering your ability to use several different disciplines of self-defense. A sinister self-defense killer called proximity disturbance. So now we've got a killer, and it's kind of funny, the word killer is used throughout in every one of these emails, but in this case, it's a double entendre. It works perfect. Unless you have a solid answer to proximity disturbance, I'm afraid you'll keep struggling to discover your ability to use. Now I want to change this one to improve your personal protection skills. Do you see why? Because this was already used up here. So I changed it to this to make it read easier. And all I did was a click. Discover more here. Tomorrow's the last day. I'll have everything in the page. So now it's a little bit of warning. Last day, guys. This is a very simple promo, guys, but this is great for a 3-day cash machine. In the last chance here, this comes right out of, by the way, this last chance email is courtesy of Ryan Dice and Digital Marketer. Say thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. So notice the only thing I don't have in here other than the URL is the name of my offer because I never named it. So I come in here and go, oh, I should name my offer. Let's give it the name. I named it, and then let's call it the Bruce Lee is Epic System. I'm going to give you guys a guess of who my favorite martial artist in the world is. Now, I could click check, and it would just enter it where I clicked, or I could click regenerate and watch it enter everywhere all at one time. And that's a lot easier, isn't it? So that's what I recommend doing. You know, I've been around the block a few times when it comes to defending against attackers. It reads really well, doesn't it? Not to brag, but here's the backstory. And here's the story I didn't fill in. Still waiting for me to fill the story in. So I did all of this work so you don't have to. I'm diving into the psychology of this letter. I shouldn't be doing this. I'll probably be answering your questions, but I love copywriting so much. So much love and care went into the creation of the Bruce Lee epic system. So will you please just answer me this? Will you let me help you? I swear, if you don't take anything away from this call, these 3 paragraphs will make you a small fortune. I'm not trying to practice. I'm not trying to give you bullshit like, oh, you know, I'm going to make you rich kind of stuff. I'm talking metaphorically speaking. But seriously, these 3 sentences. In fact, Leanne was on the call today. When I pointed this out, the head copywriter at Agora goes, oh, God, yeah, I saw that. It screamed at me. He goes, I went right there. Mine went right here. Will you let me help you? Reciprocity. So I'm building in 3 sentences, love, care, please answer me this, reciprocity, will you let me help you? I'm not asking them to buy anything. I'm saying, will you let me help you? Can you guys nod your head? Say yes if you get the psychology of this now. Now, this is the simplest emails we have, and I could dissect every single one of these emails and tell you why Email CopyPro is the most badass email repository on earth, but it would literally take me about 10 months to do it. You're just going to have to trust me. This is in every email. I didn't pick super emails. I didn't pick, I didn't pick them. I never looked at the self-defense market until now, the niche that we built for it. My team built that niche. The point is it's that easy and it's that powerful. And I really want you guys to use this because if you don't use it, it's just a cool tool that sits on your desk, So this is a descriptor. Once you have my something, well, I don't know what it is. So what is it? What is it? Is it a blueprint? Is it, what is it? Once you have my system, how about a paint by numbers blueprint? Yeah, I like that. And then it's asking for a drawback. Remember the whole with and without, push, pull, duality? What's a drawback? Well, let's scroll down here. I see all without what? Having to leave home or end up with bruises, broken bones. All of us who don't want to train in the cage. There we go. And faster than you may think most. So I'm filling in the emails as I go. But now what Gordon said, now it makes sense, doesn't it? That's in my niche forever now. Now every single email that uses this field is already done. Now I could add more fields to it. I can make different withouts. I can duplicate all that. That's an advanced trick. We'll show you that last time. We'll show you that next time. So now you see how Email CopyPro works. You got a whole tutorial. I wasn't expecting to do that, but hey, I don't know if we lost everybody when the system went down, but hopefully everybody's still here. And if you have questions, I am here for you. If this doesn't inspire you to send out this email, I'm literally beyond words. I don't have the words to motivate you. But seriously, if you have a product or service, or even if you want to promote somebody else's product or service, go on ClickBank, find a product that you like, promote the hell out of it, buy an email list if you have to, rent one. You can't buy one, but you can rent one. And use these three emails. These 3 emails over 3 days. They're so powerful because they evoke everything. The mysterious solution, the mysterious problem, why you are so experienced, why you are someone to trust. All of that is found in those 3 emails, and every single field, believe it or not, is in the Epic email setup. So it's literally, if you complete that entire setup, all of these emails are ready for you to use. All of them. And we're adding more every single week. So those are simple emails. So gosh, guys, I guarantee you the simple emails are that kick-ass. Imagine what the emails that are more powerful will do. Freaking cool, man. Freaking cool. So that's the tutorial. You can find your niches here. Here's all the niches I did. Here's all my demo niches. You can look at the date, sort by date created. So here's my demo niche I did today. If I want to change the name of that demo niche, by the way, don't ignore these. These are system things. You won't see them. Come over here to demo niche, and I want to call that demo niche, oh, I don't know, something better. What was the Bruce Lee is awesome? He is awesome. Spell day. There we go. Next, it's going to save it. So now it's Bruce Lee is awesome. So if I come over to my niches here, Bruce Lee is awesome. So yeah, questions, my friends, questions. By the way, isn't this training kind of fun? Oh yeah, guys, you got to see the bonus generators. Okay, we'll get to the questions. I'll show you the generators. Let's go. Leanne, I'm really hoping you can hear me. Are you really, guys? Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, can you hear me? Leanne, where are you? Okay, we lost Leanne. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm sorry. Oh boy, I don't think we've ever. Leanne lost me, lost power. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll through here and find the questions. And Chuck Norris, dude, you would ask that question. Just watch that Bruce Lee film at the end where the cat was watching them fight. Remember that movie? The cat is checking everything out. It was all symbolic and stuff. Okay. All right. So, okay. We're going to, okay. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Oh, thanks, Scott. Thank you so much, Scott. I love it. Thanks for being in the coaching program. We love having you. Okay. Martin says, what about one's actual sales page and the sales page needs to come through the emails to be effective? Yes. Martin. What if I told you that hidden inside email CopyPro in a place only I know about is my 6,000 word sales letter that did over $500 million in sales? Would you be interested in seeing that? Or $50 million. Sorry, don't want to exaggerate. $50 million. Would you be interested in having that for yourself? How about anyone else? Yes, we actually have that. It's a surprise bonus. So when you complete your entire niche, I'm going to share my screen. I'm so and I'm going to promote. So I'm going to look at everything I have under promotion. And I want to come down here and you're going to see this right here. Sales letter email. What is that? Surprise. I'm going to click on it. It's going to require every single variable of this. Okay. And I'm going to call this sales letter. And I'm going to choose a niche that is done. At least I think it's pretty much done. Let's see. We'll go with digital marketing, I guess. Yeah, I'll go with digital marketing. Since we're all in it, I'm going to generate. And let's see what happens. Actually click the generate button first. That would help. So in about, 6 seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds, you now have my 6,000 word long sales page. All done, except I chose a niche that is not finished. So, but it's still pretty close. So all I got to do is finish the niche. I'll go back there and choose a different niche. I thought that was the niche. I always remember, I always forget which one it is, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna go back here and choose it again. But yes, you've literally got my 6,000 word sales letter at your fingertips. Under promotion, view all, sales letter email. Let's see, sales letter. And I'll choose, it's email marketing. I always do that. Do that. I need to delete that other niche. So I'm going to generate it. And literally, guys, when you finish your niche, and if this doesn't encourage you to finish your niche, I don't know what will. You have a 6,000 word sales letter sitting at your fingertips. So in case you're wondering how powerful Email CopyPro is, yeah, it's this powerful. That's not the niche either. Damn it. Okay. Well, anyway, it's close enough. You get the idea. I have to find the niche that I actually have for my own stuff. See all the stuff, enter a cause, trigger, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. All that stuff would actually be in there if I had the niche populated. So you get the idea. See, there's no data here, so my bad. But yeah, so this will completely inspire you to fill out all your data, because now you can actually create an entire sales page. So I'm really curious to get one. So we'll try one more time, guys, if I can. Can't get one more time. I don't even know my own niches. Kind of funny. But yes, that's a cool little surprise, I think. So sales page 3. Okay. Weight loss. It's really weird. Oh, I think I see what's going on. Okay, my bad. I'm going to have to go through and figure out which one of these is the real one. But for right now, I'll just use weight loss. Or I'll use futures trading. That's boring, but it's all right. Okay, so I'll generate that. So in other words, you have to complete your niche before you can see that. Otherwise, you're going to see all those enter of this. And I'm trying to show you what it looks like when you actually do complete your niche. I promise I've completed more niches than I can count, but I've named them 1,000 different ways, and I can't remember which one is which. So, okay, there we go. Okay. We have a full sales page. All the variables are in here. And this reads exactly as if I wrote it. Look at this, guys. That generated in 6 seconds. And if you read this, you will buy whatever I'm selling. It is good. It is good. Yeah. Epic, isn't it? So there you go. Obviously, you don't need a subject line. But it starts with my 3 questions. There you go. This is my 3-question format sales letter, and it's yours for free. We gave it to you as a gift. So I'm not going to lie to you. I charge anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 to write a sales page. So you're getting this for free. That is a very lucrative bonus. All you have to do is fill out your niche. See, this is what happens when you actually do fill out your niche, like I told you to. So you actually have a sales page. Yep. So isn't that cool? Yes. Everyone's saying how cool that is. Leanne, people are saying how cool that is, right? Or am I speaking to the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. You know best.
Yeah. So you have that sitting at your fingertips. And in case you're wondering if it works or not, yes, it does. Because people have found it. We have told people we're moving it to the bonus bonus generators over here. Because it actually is a bonus, and we're selling it as a bonus over here. It'll be the sales page generator. But that's going to be moved this weekend. So for now, it's going to also be under the promotion tab. So it's not going to move away from where you find it. But please finish your niche. And if you ever want to finish your niche, let me just show you one thing real quick. If you ever want to go through your entire niche at one set, do what I just did. Like create a sales page and then click on it. And I'm going to go back and actually click on one that isn't this one that wasn't finished. Okay, this one wasn't finished at all. It was just a halfway empty niche. So I could click here. I click this thing. And feeling frustrated when it comes to selling with emails and your struggles with failing to get anyone interested in an offer, that's good. Do you feel blank, or even blank? I can just start clicking here and go. I can sit here and go. I can fill in those 3 blanks right here. Do you feel frustrated? Okay, I'll use frustrated. Down here, I'll click a new entry because I know I need 3 of them. Do you feel? Let me see here. Intimidated. Start typing this in. New entry. Do you feel? It's another thing you could feel if you're like, hopeless. Okay, there you go. There's 3. So now I'll come over here, hit regenerate, and I can just chip away the stone at this thing. Do you feel hopeless, frustrated, even intimidated about your progress? You see how it works? Pretty cool, huh? What if I told you that? Okay. Anyway, this is good stuff, guys. This is really good stuff. So let's go to the next questions. Leanne, can you take the question I just answered? I believe it was Michael. If I got the name wrong, I'm sorry. And we'll go through the next questions real quick.
Let's see. Kim is asking, what niches are pre-filled out, and how does she see them?
Your mic is so it's hard to hear you. Can you say again?
Kim was asking, what niches are pre-filled out that she can access, and how does she access them?
Okay, so to access your niches, you can go to Mission Control or you can go to Niches. If I go to Niches, there's going to be a new button right up here. Just click New. Give your niche a name. And here's all pre-filled templates. Just click it. It's going to drop down and show you all the things we got pre-filled right here. Cool. And then you're off to the races. Now, I personally prefer to do it over here. I personally prefer to go to Mission Control and say, what do I want to do? So the best way to do this is start right here. Again, I'm going to keep giving you this answer. You start right here. You start with the Epic email setup. That's where everyone should start. Because if you go through the setup we just went through, you will by default find your niches. It forces you to find them. Cool. Next question.
Let's see. Martin said it's a comment. He says it sounds like the sales page doesn't matter. What you're selling doesn't matter. For I guess to use that sales letter, like it's you could use it for any product. I think is what he's saying.
Yes. So in the long distance future, sometime. I'm going to actually have one of our copywriters that work for me go through and create multiple different sentences and even word variations within that sales page. That would literally be like a 3-month project. But for now, there's one version of it. Of course, it regenerates your stuff, but there's only one version of that. We wanted to give that to you as a bonus because people, to be honest with you, people rip off my sales letters word for word. I mean, they rip off stuff all the time. I'm giving you ethical permission to rip off that sales letter. And you can change. And by the way, if there's any issues, if you want to change something, just change the first few lines. That's probably something we'll do this month is give you like the first 5 paragraphs and change those so that they'll be, virtually impossible to have the same one, for everybody. But yeah, you can definitely use it. You can use it well, I used it for something really boring, futures trading. But you just saw it with email too, how well it worked with email and how well it would work with weight loss and how well it would work with dog training or how well it would work with marriage. Yeah. Not every template is going to work for every field. That's an impossible request, but this is 90%. I mean, the fields I would say that sales letter wouldn't work for is something really soft. Like I'm working with, I'm going to start working with a new client. Her name's Emily, and she's an amazing woman that teaches meditation, and she has a very unique way of doing it. And that might be too aggressive for someone like Emily, who has a very witty spirit to her, but also has a very soft, probably audience. But for someone that's in like just what I call a baseline business or an aggressive business, so a baseline business is like what we do. Weight loss can be very aggressive sometimes. Like I have the most amazing weight loss product ever. I mean, it's not over the top like that. This is a baseline toned sales letter. This is not aggressive, but it's also not soft. So we do have soft emails in here. And I've been talking to my dear friend, Stacy Morgenstern, and I'm not really sure if Stacy can do this because she's one of the top female copywriters in the world. And the reason why I denote female is because she has a specific energy that's very difficult to duplicate as a male. I do it fairly well. I think I do it probably better than most because I studied it a lot and I wrote for my ex-wife, and she's in a very much of a woo space. And I was able to capture her voice, and she speaks woo is her second language. I mean, I tried to speak French, not woo, but and so to write that fluffy, in other words, to write that soft is very difficult for a male. Stacy not only writes really, really well, but she writes powerfully in a marketing space too. So if I can't get her, I'm going to get someone like her to come on our team and write more of those type of emails for more feminine audiences. That being said, we do have a pretty decent selection that works very well. Most of the baseline and definitely all of the soft ones do that work really well for that. Hopefully that answered the question in a roundabout way.
I believe it did. And Martin also says, I'm super excited, but honestly, I haven't unwrapped the program and begun using. I'm still so intrigued how it all comes together, email copy, web page, and then sales. Just a comment.
Okay, well, yeah, and hopefully, let me ask you this, Martin. Please type in, I am now inspired to go to Epic Email Setup right here and set this stuff up. Please, everyone, let me know that you're going to do that. If you haven't done it already, please do it. Now, those of you that are working for us with the done for you, you don't have to do that. I would encourage you to do it just so you can see it, but you don't have to. That's what we're doing for you. I mean, you're paying us to do that for you, but I'm showing you how it works. For those of you who are just part of the do-it-yourself plan, this is where you start. This is why we created this whole thing right here. This is all about you. It's all about you. So you want to come here, get started. Everybody say yes. Let's get started because this product is only as good as your ability to follow through with it. And I could not be more emphatically committed to your ability to follow through. I'm on calls almost every week with you. And we are creating the easiest systems that we can to walk you through it. The next best thing is to have me come over and stand guard while you do it. But I can't do that. I can't do that. So promise me you're going to follow through with it, because I really, truly want to see you succeed. Yes.
Me too.
Yes, this is a business for us. So if you succeed, we succeed. So it's a win-win situation. But ask anyone that knows me. I really do care. I really do care that you succeed. I don't want you to buy something and have it just sit there. I do this. I've done it myself, so I'm guilty. We bought, it's funny, we bought Zoom webinars and didn't use it. And I told Leanne to cancel it. Now I'm telling her to reorder it because it's like this going on. But yeah, I've done it. We're going through my monthly recurring, my account the other day and go, man, there's like 4 or 5 things in a month that I just don't use anymore. And it's not that, well, one of them was a bad product, but the rest of them were I just didn't use it. I bought it and said, oh, I'm going to get around to it. And so we started using it, or we canceled it. But the only reason I canceled this is because I figured, well, I'm either A, never going to use it, or B, it's not going to make me money. This can lift every single email you ever want to write. I mean, this can really help run your entire business if you use it correctly. So please do. Please use it. All right, cool. Next question. That's my motivation speech.
Yep, fired up. You even got me fired up, John.
I'm doing my best MLK impersonation. I will never be the MLK, but I have a vision. I have a vision.
Let's see. Martin is saying, he had a dream, you have a vision. Okay.
Well, I couldn't say I have a dream because I'm not going to MLK with one of my own heroes. So, but I can say I have a vision. I have a vision. So, yeah.
Let's see. How many beers did you have before you? No. That's another conversation. All right. Martin is saying, would you advise waiting until after Labor Day to run a 3-day sales push for late summer being quiet away time?
That's a great question. We had this conversation internally not too long ago when we did an internal promotion that was over a holiday, and the feedback we got from other people, because we don't know all the answers. I know it's shocking, but it's true. Is that, oh yeah, there's a lot of people traveling and all that stuff, but Labor Day is different. Labor Day weekend. There are Labor Day sales. I would say run it over Labor Day. That'd be my gut reaction to that. So this
and honestly, that's like a test, because we don't know, you don't know, but retail is open. It is totally different because kids are back to school, and so it's totally different than the July 4th holiday. Pardon me, that you were talking about.
Yes, totally different. Yeah. Okay, next question.
And Joseph is motivated also. He's saying he needs the motivation, but was a little lost. Now he's going ahead. So you've cleared up a lot of questions today.
Awesome. And guys, just don't forget that everything I covered today is actually found within these videos. Just go here and go here, please. I know I'm like you guys. Sometimes I'll buy stuff and I won't watch the videos. These videos it's like having me in your living room, which may be annoying, maybe something you probably don't want, but it will get you through this and it will totally get you going. And once you see how easy it is to get going, we're talking a maximum of 2 hours to get through this. If I could say, hey, give me 2 hours and I can write most of your emails for you, I think you would say, oh yes, I'll do that in a heartbeat. So think of it that way. Now, you're not going to be able to access all the emails with just 2 hours, but you'll be able to get started and access an email you want and then fill in the blanks from there. And then each email you want to use is, maybe 10 minutes or something. And then before you know it, they're all done. All the niche fields are done. And then you're done. You're off to the races. So, okay. Next, Leanne.
Well, we got to have some more questions come in, but while we're waiting, so if you have questions about email CopyPro, about your niche, about something you want to ask John, even about the sales letter, type them in now or forever hold your peace. But you know what? I never name drop, right? Because I never have anything to name drop. But these past few days, I was at a private mastermind. And I'm only mentioning this because you brought up Dean Jackson and his 9-word email.
Mm-hmm.
And Dean Jackson happened to be at the mastermind.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He was. And he was talking about the 9-word email. So he said that it has worked for years. That's one email that you can send now, you can send 5 years from now. And it's good on so many levels. Of course, you got to be ready because when you go into Email CopyPro and you generate it, you'll see that it asks for a reply response. But the reason it does that is twofold. you're asking people, are they still interested in what you're selling or providing? And so that is going to give you valuable information, right, when people reply back. But the other thing, it's kind of magic that happens, is when people reply to an email that's gone out as a broadcast, it waves like little magic email fairy dust over your email. So in your service provider, from now on, when you go to send emails again, the email that goes to that person is going right through. It's not going to spam. It's not going to promotions. It's going right through to the inbox.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and that is a very powerful engagement sequence that we do have, by the way. So I'm just going to look at view all under engagement, and look at here. Dean Jackson's 9-word email. But this was Dean Jackson's 9-word email with John Benson's touches to it. So I have to say, and I told Dean about this last time I saw him, is like, hey, I got a little slight alteration to your third email. It's working. It worked real well. So Dean gets all the credit, hence his name at the top, because his genius was the one behind this. Do not let that 9-word email thing fool you. It is uber powerful. It is uber powerful. Just be prepared. It doesn't matter how big your list is. Be prepared to sit around and answer a bunch of emails. So you might want to have a lot of, you want to have your main thrust of your, I tell you how to do it inside the instructions. You want to have like the main thrust of what you say in a ready to go template, copy paste, but you're going to want to respond to somebody specifically. So like, for example, if I sent you an email tonight and said, are you still interested in making money with email? Would you email me back and say yes? How many of you would say yes? Are you still interested in learning how to write emails that make more money from every funnel sequence you create? That's longer than 9 words, but it's close enough. I could get real specific. So what I do is I just got real specific. I probably seeing a lot of yeses, I would imagine.
We probably will after the 30-second delay.
Okay, I'm going to assume.
But here they come. But you know what? I also want to say thank you for whoever gave a shout out to liking the email bullet creator.
Oh, yeah.
I love that too. But I mean, we all need squeeze pages, right? Oh, by the way, Dean is also like somewhat credited with the invention of the squeeze page, right? Anyway, we all need squeeze. And what do you need on them? You need a headline and you need bullets. So here you go. Email CopyPro. Headline and bullets.
There you go. And
the yeses are coming in.
Okay, so here's the thing. What if you were to say to me, and I'm going to get a real visceral analogy here. If I sent you that email and it looks completely personal, coming from my private email address, said, John, are you still interested in making money with emails? Are you still interested in making your emails more profitable? It's just an obvious yes question, right? What if your answer was, yeah, but my dog just died and the family was really close to my dog and my 3-year-old was in mourning and I'm interested, but not right today. You see, that's how a human being would answer that email. So can you imagine the atrocity of an autoresponder going back? Awesome. Well, then you need to get, you see how that doesn't work at all? So that's why this is an engagement sequence. You don't engage using automation. You engage using human beings. So this whole email sequence is built around you saying something to the effect of, I am so sorry to hear about your dog. I'm a dog lover myself, so I can understand. When you're ready, I have something you're interested in. Would you like to see it? So 9 emails out of 10 will not have a yes, but my grandmother is in the hospital. It wouldn't have that. But if it did, it would be the worst thing in the world for you to say, awesome, that's great news. If it also said, I'm interested, but I'm really skeptical about you, and I'm not really sure you're even who you say you are. Fantastic. Then you need to see, it doesn't work. But if you reply back going, oh, trust me, this is exactly who I say I am. In fact, I just took this selfie of me right here, or whatever. And can you imagine? They would just freak out. So I love the strategy of the 9-word email. It's in here by permission, Dean, of course. So you guys have got the best of, you guys are literally getting the best of everybody. I mean, you're getting the best of the best in this thing, JJ Virgin's emails, they're going in this sucker. The ones that sold out her Mindshare event, which were very, very strong email. So you guys are getting the best. You guys are getting the best. Okay, we got time for a couple more questions.
All right, we got a question from Gordon. He says, John, he's personalizing his question. John, finishing up my VSL with Cellerator. Cool. I have a question about my pattern interrupt. Is there another venue where we can have a short discussion?
Yes. We keep this to email CopyPro, but yeah, email support. And you can just email. You actually just email support@emailcopypro.com because it'll go to. Well, Leanne will eventually get it, and
yeah, I got it.
Then we can set it up.
Okay, cool.
All right.
All right. See, I mean, it just keeps giving and giving.
And we try. So,
where is the bullet list creator, headline creator located? Says Hirsch. Ask Hirsch.
Okay, so bonus generators. Right now, we only have one, the solo emails. You look under here, bullet generator. These aren't sequences. We have to put them under solo emails. So there's just gonna be bullet generator, headline generator is coming up this month, and the sales page generator you just saw. We're just gonna move it over here and call it the sales page generator because that's really what it is, you know. So bullet generator, I'll show you how that works. I'll say bullets or whatever. I'll select a niche. And again, I'm going to select a niche that I've finished. So I'll come down here and select, we'll see weight loss. Doesn't matter. And I click this. And bullets are awesome for sales pages, video sales letters, headlines, ads, you name it. But we didn't just write bullets just off of our own pleasure. What we did is we researched the top bullet formulas used out there by some of the seriously, there's like 15 different bullet formulas. I mean, they get really specific. And we've got in here the first, I guess, 18 of these things. But you can just read through this and tell me, this is pretty amazing. So living with a diet composed of salads, dry, tasteless proteins means that you'll lose weight, right? Wrong. Page X tells you why. So in other words, whatever page of the book that might be on. How to burn unwanted body fat right, and how outdated approaches like suffering on a diet plan makes you feel like a social leper, robs you of your power, little known secrets that let you set a weight loss or body shape, you'll stick to it. You know, it's onward and downward. So these are just like those bullets that you see on sales pages, right? And you can come in here again the same way that you do with every other thing in Email CopyPro, hit regenerate and change things as you go. How to burn unwanted body fat right, and how outdated approaches like exercising like a crazy person 5 to 6 days a week robs you of your power. That's a great bullet right there. Can you see how this would work on a sales letter, video sales letter, on an ad? You know, so now you got it right here. Why most people believe it spells disaster if you're cutting your calories really low, but why that's good for you if you do it right. So that's called a contrarian bullet. There's all these different formulas that we have in here so you don't have to ever think about them. So isn't that cool? So we're adding these things in here as bonuses for you guys. They're going to always be under the bonus generators. Like I said, headlines coming up this month, and then sales page is already done. We're just putting it under there. And then from there, I'm just going to be polling people like, what other generators might we need? Maybe we need an ad generator. Like, how would you like to create a quick ad for Facebook? A Facebook ad generator. Yeah. Would you guys like that? So I'm not charging you for this stuff. I just think it's cool. So I'll add that to the deal. So awesome. Did we get all your questions? Did you guys get a lot out of this training? Hope you did. I really enjoyed being back. I enjoyed having my voice back. It's nice. Yeah. I just lost. I think I got drained at JJ's event. Lost my voice and picked up something from dealing with 500 people, I guess. But yeah. Good to be back. And you guys be on the lookout for all the new stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks in the next week's training as well. So thank you again for joining us. Sorry about the tech problems. And Leanne, if you could make sure everybody gets a link to the training, that'd be awesome.
Yep. Oh, if you have time for one more, Gordon is asking, do you have a product that trains someone on your high-fat diet?
Yes. Yeah. People have been asking for that. If you go to 4daythyroidfix.com, so that's the 4-day thyroid diet. That does my 3-on-1 off approach, which is 3 days of low calories, low carbs, and by default high fat, and then a day off. And that is going to get most people to where they want to go. I do a modified version of that, which goes into full ketosis, and we're writing a version of that. That book is going to be coming out probably next year, but this is going to get you 80% there for sure. It's a diet I have followed for years, and it's 3 on 1 off, just kind of works. It's because the idea behind it, if anyone's interested in weight loss at all, the idea behind it is that you know, anyone could diet for 3 days. But here's the cool part. You can actually really cut your calories down and really cut your carbs out for 3 days. And it's not that hard to do, knowing that you got that 4th day coming up. So it's a psychological trick, but there's also a metabolic thing that's going on with the body that's really cool. And we take advantage of those low calories, and then we take advantage of the high calories on day 4. And you end up like just losing weight without feeling like you're super deprived all the time. So, and the benefit is the thyroid gland protects your T4. It keeps your T4 optimized. So your T4 converts to T3 in your body, and T3 is your active thyroid hormone. And that is responsible for almost every metabolic process that matters, especially when it comes to weight loss. So we keep your thyroid levels nice and healthy. It was written by me and a doctor, medical doctor, MD. And yeah, it is a good book, 4-Day Thyroid Diet.
Look where we've gone today. Email.
Yeah, we got what else haven't we covered? Jeez. Okay, guys, thank you so much for the call. Really, I love these things, as you can probably tell. And if you have any other questions, support@emailcopypro.com. We'll get them answered next week. And thank you again. It's time for me to go eat my keto pizza, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Thanks, John. Thanks, everyone.